Welcome to the first episode of Understanding Redstone. In these episodes, we're going to take a redstone contraption and break it down into its core and fundamentals. Today, we're going to talk about the double piston extender. First, we will start with what a double piston extender does. Basically, what a double piston extender does is it takes a block from one position and moves it 2 spaces over. So it goes from here to here, and then it takes it here and moves it back here. That's all it basically does. Now, to accomplish that, we use 2 pistons timed correctly. So what that means is basically that. So let me explain how this works. So when I flick this on, this turns on first, powers this block, but it does nothing yet. 2 ticks later, this turns on. So then this pushes this piston here, and then this starts doing something, and it activates this piston, pushing this block forward. And then when I turn this off, this will retract, because this will turn off here. And then when I turn it off, this will retract, one second, and it will end up like this, and then 2 ticks later, this will retract, moving only the piston back. Now we have a problem here. This block is still out here, and we can't have that, because then it's just a single piston extender. But that's what this is for. This will still be on, so then this will extend and then retract really quickly when this turns back off. And that is basically how a double piston extender works. The more complicated version, but the more compact version of the double piston extender involves observers and basically pistons spitting out their blocks. So what this does is when I press this button, this will power this piston, moving it forward, and the block, and then this observer will detect that, and then these will all detect this one, creating a chain, and then it will hit this block. It will power that block, this will spit it out, and then when this turns off, this will retract the piston, and then this will go through, the observers will detect that, send a signal through here, power this block, and because of quasi activity, it will extend and retract. Now when we press it again, this will push this forward, power will run through this chain, powering this block, it'll grab the block, then this will turn off, retracting this, and then it will go through here, powering this block, quasi activity will make this retract the block. So, pretty simple. Now that we know how one works, here are a few different designs of the double piston extender. Here is the simplest design, and this is also one of the first designs. It uses 2 repeaters and a line of redstone. But with the introduction of the observer, we've been able to make this more compact, and we use a different method. Now this only works for Java because this involves these pistons spitting out their blocks, which means it extends and retracts so fast that it does not retract a block. So, for example, as you can tell, it spat the block up here, and then these retracted. When we press this again, it'll take the block back. So that's how this one works. And this one's more universal, so you can do it up, and you can do it facing down. You just have to add a little bit extra stuff, which we'll review that in the tutorial section in a little bit. So those are a few different designs of how double piston extenders work, and a few designs you can use in your own contraptions. Now that you know how to use them, and a few examples of what can we use them for? Well, we can use them for a few things. First, normal pistons, when they move blocks, they move it only 1 space. But if we want to cover up the redstone, or we have a larger wall, we're going to need something that can move the block over a wider gap. And that is what this is for. So, if you've ever seen a 3x3 piston door, there's pistons all around the edge, and then there's a block in the middle. How does it get there? Because this block in the middle had to go up 2 spaces. All these had to move 1, but this one had to move 2. And that is where this came in handy. So, double piston extenders are used when a single piston extender will not fit the job. Tutorial time. So first we're going to do the simplest double piston extender. First, have 2 pistons facing the same direction and a block at the end. Put 2 repeaters facing these pistons in an L shape of redstone, connected to the repeaters and this block. Now, set the outer repeater to 2 ticks and the inner to 4. Put a lever connected to one of these 3 redstone, because if you put it here, this will redirect the redstone, making it useless. Bam. Easy peasy. Next up, we have the observer kind. So first, put a redstone lamp down with a button on it, 2 sticky pistons from this lamp, like this. Now, we take an observer, have it face the lamp, and observers have this face, and have that facing toward the lamp. Then have 2 observers like this, powering this block, and then when you power this, it'll spit that block. And then, if you want it to go down, all you have to do is add this little piece right here. So, you take an observer, put it on, detecting that lamp, put it down 1, and then another one like that. And then you can put one here, and then this will work the same. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Understanding Redstone, and I hope you learned a lot about the double piston extender. If you have any comments about how I could make this better, or questions about the pistons, please don't hesitate to put it in the comment section below. And I hope that with the knowledge that you've gained today, that you can use it in your contraptions to make them more compact, and to allow you to do more things with redstone.